The narrative has changed so quickly. I mean, we talked about the Lakers being the Kardashians a couple of days ago of the NBA, and now all of a sudden we're talking about them being title contenders.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. You talked about that.
I talked about it.
That was you.
I said it live on TV, and it was a mess.
And let me be the other guy. Can we put some respect on Rob Pelinka's name?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yes. He is the general manager of the Lakers, and he is your old teammate from Michigan.
And by the way, Magic Johnson is my childhood idol. Like, I could text both of those gentlemen right now, and they may or may not hit me back depending on what I'm saying about them on TV that day. But here's the deal. I remember so many people. Rob's not likable in the league. Players and agents don't want to deal with him. Is he going to be able to get the deal done once Magic steps down? He didn't give Ty Lue the 5 years. He gave Frank Vogel the 3 years. So he stood fast, got the number 4 pick, and actually acquired Anthony Davis.
But you tell me you didn't think this whole thing has been a mess? Watching the Lakers from outside, you're telling me you think this has all been master plotted to get to this point right now?
You know the other person that said don't panic on what we see with the Lakers is you.
Yeah. I mean,
you and I were the two people that said everybody's getting too excited about the dysfunction that's happening with the Lakers when they're actually doing a really good job.
Well, I don't know if I said that. What I said, I think I said was there is still a path to all of this working out just fine, and that path is named Anthony Davis. And maybe I'll just say what you just said. This thing was kind of handed to Rob Pelinka, wasn't it? Rich Paul basically made this thing happen. Rob Pelinka just said,
You're not putting respect on his name.
No, I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm
You're
not.
not putting respect on his name.
Yes. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not disrespecting his name.
Yes, you are.
But I'm not saying that Rob Pelinka was the genius who masterminded this entire thing.
I got to tell you a secret.
Go ahead.
Rich Paul didn't trade 3 first-round picks. Rob Pelinka did.
He traded 6 years of picks,
and you know what else he didn't do? Trade Kyle Kuzma. Because if I'm the Pelicans, I ain't doing the deal without Kuzma. How about that?
I mean, that is the one guy that we all heard they wanted to hold back. There's no TV better than Woj on his phone. So feel free to jump in with any news that we don't already have if you get any. But what do you make of this notion that everyone was talking about the Lakers as being just the central of dysfunction, and now all of a sudden they pull off this deal, they look great, and Jalen is basically saying it vindicates them to a degree. Is that a reasonable narrative at this point?
Well, it's two separate things. They got the player they had to get in this offseason. They are not a front runner. They weren't a front runner for any A-list free agent. And I don't think that changes even if they got the cap space, which they don't have now. And so AD wanted to play there. He's there. But they still have to build a team around it. And just because you have great talent doesn't mean there's not dysfunction in the organization. It just means you have great talent.
Okay, fair. Let me get to some other names here, because the names Kemba Walker and Jimmy Butler will come up. Those are the names that you'll hear throwing around as potential good fits with LeBron and AD in Los Angeles. You've gone through the money circumstances. So how would you describe the chances that they wind up signing one of those two guys?
They're not getting anybody. They're not getting any of those players with $23, $24 million in cap space. They're not taking a discount to go there. This is for Kemba Walker, Jimmy Butler. This is their chance to cash in with a big max deal. I think Jimmy Butler would like a 4-year max deal wherever it is. If that's in Philly, I think Jimmy Butler stays in Philly. If he needs to go somewhere else to get it. And Kemba Walker, certainly he'd fit. Having a playmaking guard would fit with that group. But again, this is a player who, even if Charlotte doesn't offer him as much as he'd like, it's still going to be far more than the Lakers could pay him. And then a team like Dallas, who could offer him a max deal, he's still probably going to have to take less to leave Charlotte.
If you're one of those max guys and you're going to the Lakers, you're going to be leaving $9 million on the table.
Per year.
$36 million.
Yeah.
That's
guys are taking a little bit less.
I hear you.
Like Kevin Durant did. That's not realistic.